I'm the producer. My name's Nicholas, and this is Rebecca, who's head of post-production.
I'm Amy, I am the production designer on Locked Out.
And I'm Ebony, and I'm the art director.
I'm Luke, I'm the DOP.
I'm Henry, I'm the camera up.
I'm Mason, and I'm the gaffer.
I'm Tom, and I'm just a spark.
Just a spark.
Hi, I'm Rory. I'm head of department for sound, obviously. And
hi, I'm Luke, and I'm the composer.
I think we're at a... Let's make this unprofessional, right? We were at a meeting at some point for a different film, and you came to...
I was looking for the next script to work on. Sort of, I fancied maybe doing a comedy. Fancied also maybe doing a horror. And maybe also an action. So I thought, fuck it, I'll do all three.
We were at a meeting, and you came to me saying that you had a new script in mind called Locked Out. And I thought it sounded pretty cool.
I think I heard about it around the time I was on another film, and Nick was speaking to me about it because he was really excited about it, so I kind of got excited with him.
I remember you talking about it a while ago now. You'd been trying to get the film going for a couple of years, and I think it's when you did your pictures at Hyde Park Pitch House and you and Nick turned up in suits. That's when it really just grabbed my attention.
I think that's when I first heard about it, actually, when you did the pitch. And you're known for your very good pitches, so I wanted that.
I was on a bus and got texted by Millen saying, I've got a script and I really want you to work on it. And I think I sent him a voice note replying, yeah, all right, sounds, and didn't get back to him for another 2 weeks. But then I did read it and I quite liked it, especially his pitch.
Craigslist.
Big ol' set build that I wanted to do, essentially. Just wanted to play around with something that I could create from scratch and just play around with all the colours, like just different styles, costume, and just really have something that I could make my own from scratch without having any pre-existing things in it.
I really liked that it was several different genres and we could have all sorts of different soundscapes for each one.
It's a script that's never been done before, I think, in our course.
Yeah.
And I think when anyone read it, it sounded like such an epic film to do for the film school. So yeah, it was like no other. So I thought, what an opportunity, especially for the art department and production design in general. It gave us so much to do.
I just kind of was dealing with the fact that it was like Seinfeld music and then these action scenes, and then kind of coming to the realization that I'd be really annoyed if someone else did it and pulled it off properly.
I think the genres, like everything changing all the time, seemed like a really fun thing to do the lighting on. I wouldn't want to plan it, but actually rigging it and like setting everything up and sorting out, solving problems, that seemed like really fun to me.
I think it was the horror element that sort of drew me in, especially because I've always wanted to work on sort of a moody piece. And I think also part of it's being in a warm studio and not having to work in tight locations.
Oh yeah, that too.
Not the fact that it's in a warm studio at all, no. What are you looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to?
Probably the sound design for me. So after recording it all, just making everything sound perfect, especially the fight scene, all the Foley for that's going to be really fun to do in a very short space of time, but it's going to be a lot of fun to do. And the sitcom as well, because I'm looking forward to working with the music that you give me.
Oh, it's going to be so cheesy. I cannot wait to hear it.
I'm scared of most things rather than looking forward to them. What do I fear the most? No, well, it's probably I both fear and I'm excited for the fight sequence.
Working with this guy.
Oh. The action. The action. I want to see some fighting, man. I want to see fighting.
I don't know, it's all going quite smoothly, isn't it? I don't really have any issues at the moment. I think maybe... I don't know, we'll go back to Becca and get back to me.
Brilliant. Challenges. So we'll be working with Abid, so that might be a challenge in itself.
Because it is a very big set build, and there's also a lot of changes, managing those changes and also kind of like getting everything running on track and making sure everyone's getting everything done on time will be quite a challenge, but it's something I'm looking forward to rising to.
Yeah, I'd say personally it'll just be the construction, kind of before we even start filming. We have like a chunk of days basically where it's just the production design team in painting, decorating, buildings of some sorts alongside Julian, and just that kind of challenge of making it look convincing, because again the scale of this production is kind of like no other.
Go back to me, I'd say the budget. It's a slightly bigger budget than what we're used to working with, but we've got a few more expenses that we have to deal with now. Production design is quite a big hit, but that's expected.
When we have several cameras, that'll be tricky, dealing with large camera packages, and I think shooting the multicam stuff will be tricky.
Probably recording perspective, just on the really wide shots, having to mic up the set rather than use a boom because there'll be no room for it. And then sound design, just getting it all done in such a short space of time. I don't think I'm planning on sleeping for those 2 weeks, but it'll come out good.
Plugging one light into the other.
That's going to be hard.
Yeah, the
That's really
cables.
There's a lot to pick for each sort of genre you tackle. Mainly, I'm basing the sitcom. It's sort of like a what do you call it? Come back to me. I forgot what the fucking word is.
What are you saying?
I watched, well, I mean, I've already seen it. Daredevil for the action stuff. I know everyone said that, but it's true.
Simulacrum, is that it? I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay, so you're looking forward to the Simulacrum?
Yeah,
right, okay.
No, it's not. I've forgotten the fucking word.
I really like sitcoms, so I already know how they work, how cheesy they are, and I really think they inspired me for the sitcom, but I really thought there was so far we could go. Going like over the top with the canned laughter can really add something to the film.
Ooh.
Yeah, Daredevil, and then like Ratatouille as well. It's just the right level of kind of that sitcom novelty, but then really, really French.
There's a lot of wanners in Daredevil that have sort of matched on, sort of stitching together action. Raid 1 and 2, that's a big one for just like quite in your face.
Do I need to
overbearing? Actually, you probably should watch Raid 1 and 2. It's quite a good evening if you do that.
Okay, homework.
It's going smoothly at the moment. Our next big obstacle is casting, making sure we get the right people.
More lights.
You just insert another clip of someone else saying money.
We need more money.
Funds, essentially it is the funds to make sure we can buy what we need, so nothing is left looking not up to scratch how we want it, and just making all look cohesive.
Yeah, it's also going to be quite expensive.
Oh
So-
yeah, it's gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
So we need money.
The funds, I think it's obvious that we do need them, but it just means that the more we have, the more options we have, and we're not just stuck with basic set materials or anything that will bring down the script, because the quality is already so high that we don't want to then bring it down due
Yeah.
to lack of money.
What's that, Nick? Money. We need money because the sets cost money. We don't cost money, but the sets do, and without the set, it won't work. So we need money. Sound department doesn't really need any money, but I'm sure the film does, and I'd like some as well if there's any left.
Yeah, we are cheap. Locked Out isn't. Please give us money.
Oh, I like this guy. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.